Alright, so follow me upon that one. It come down to an influencer versus a leader. Because during the whole conversation about dancehall at tear down Jamaica, you have some entertainer will say them not have nothing to do with it. But at the same time, you have enough of them taking the pseudo leadership role to defend the music and say the government wrong. So quick 1-2 on this. I want to go short because it's in the books everywhere. You just got to put the two together. But I just want to put it out there so people understand. Say when you say Ray or nay or yeah, if you really understand what you're talking about. So here it goes. An influencer is a person who can lead but sometimes choose not to lead. See an influencer throw red meat out there and they get people to do things. Whatever they do, good or bad, the influencer is detached from it because they never really fully own it and tell you to do it. So I'm not at fault. It's the influencer. Influencer, once again, can lead, but most choose not to lead. A leader, however, one of the best tools in their toolkit is influencing. To be an effective leader, you'll rather be effective, you'll rather get the mission done through influence than through direct orders, if you understand. Because as a leader, once you influence people, you get this thing called buy-in. And by virtue of that, you can now steer left or right. You can still be a strong leader, or you can still be an effective leader, put it that way, who wield very limited influence. So people's gonna do what you say because of the position, but when you're not around, they won't do it. So that's a leader. Your most effective leaders lead through influence. So the two in itself is honestly not independent of each other. It depends on how you use them. So go back to the point of whether the dancehall artist or the dancehall entertainer or even the dancehall industry want to sit back and say, we have no part. We don't influence nothing. So you have to take one side. You're either an influencer or a leader. If you're a leader, the things that comes from you, the thing that spews from you is going to influence people to do things through buy-in. If you're an influencer, however, once again, you get people to do things, but by virtue of not taking on that leadership role, you can step back and say literally, nothing to see here is not me. So that's just a conversation. Whether music or dancehall or mash up Jamaica, yes, wrong or indifferent, it's for everyone to have a conversation. That's what this is all about. Conversation. But one thing we can say is words spew from my mouth. And I always ask myself this question. So if you say the industry, the artists, if you say my music don't influence people, if what I sing don't influence people, why you think now from a leadership role what you say should even matter? If the words in your song doesn't matter, why your speech matters? It's all the same. So you can't take responsibility for your speech now when you want to be responsible and challenge the government or society, but in your song you can throw anything out there and say, hey, if people gravitate to it, it's not my fault. Just think about this. Wrong, right, or indifferent. And understand when I say these things, right? No man, I know God. God are God. You have the right to be right as much as I have the right to be wrong. That's how people debate in a civilized society. Blessings.